It's week 5 of the NFL, and we've got the Bengals' speedy running back. He was unstoppable a week ago with 4 touchdowns. It's the Bengals and the Steelers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Well, the weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
First quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Nixon now from his end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll look to throw here. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but it left him no room to run as he goes straight out of bounds. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6". A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. The Bengals at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And the Bengals are going to have it first and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Yellow, 1, Smith red, blue check, ready, go.
Now a give, right side, Swift. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Here we go. Read, check, white, black one.
Once again, it's Swift. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end flyer move. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Check pink, yellow, 1, Smith red.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, Swift. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Now a throw here to his running back. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Let's go.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. from the gun. He'll hand this off. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 36. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On the Jets sweep, here's Chase. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this will stay a 4-point game. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball. No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Leonard. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Smith red, blue check, Smith yellow.
They're going to look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Open man is Chase complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Nixon now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now.
Holding. Offense. What's the deal, y'all?
James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there.
Still first down. Ready.
Swift going to try up the middle. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Ready.
2nd and 14. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Back to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
Opposite. Green. Check right. Black one. Check pink.
They'll run right here with Swift. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he spins free. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he will find his man on the outside. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go, set. Ready.
On the handoff, this is Swift. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Bengals getting set to go. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, they'll throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice.
Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there, with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that.
Back now in Pittsburgh, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Here's McPherson now to send it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here we go.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd and 3. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
I thought he did a nice job there of reading the coverage and realizing he didn't have anything downfield. So what quarterback doesn't love having a running back who's a terrific safety valve that he can dump the ball off to and turn it into a big hitter anyway?
They'll run here with Swift. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Switch red, blue check, switch yellow, opposite, green.
They run it. It's Matthews. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They'll drop to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4, and the Bengals are going to get the football back. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Now, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Leonard. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. Looking left side, and it's complete. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Yellow, opposite, green, check white.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Our Father who art in heaven, I love when you toss me blessings. You never throw interceptions, I catch them like O.D. Beckham. Hawking up the devil when built like Tiana Teller and balling at 27, I feel like Iman Shumpert. Know there's a disconnect when the sheep start to lead the shepherd. The weak start to be aggressive, the streets start to be the reverend. Bragging about first class, seated on 9/11. They spirits are not united, a legion, my soul forever. I murder my adolescence, assault with a friendly weapon. I verbally dissect them to help them get back together. Wanting the stranger things, I handle it like 11. My point is I guard the kid. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Full from all of the base. My ace spoon going, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food, flowed and stock my bare kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel, that's probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking doors down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a coca key. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's you heard, we eating, talking about extra with a slayer, extra acting band, pull it like parades on parades, extra with the slayer, pay what it cost for the tail, extra with the band, young Chris a king, better add extra on the... I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam. I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day. I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. I told my boss, it ain't no limit. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limit. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
Track out with left up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since the beginning. I play offensive D, I might switch my position. Lil' mama was thirsty, so I had to quench. I'ma drive real fast, cause you know I shoot quick. Just like traffic Kelce, I be having emotions. Just like a lamb, man, you know I'm exploding. My heart cold, bad, I ain't got emotions. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting it over. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just real the jersey. It's the first half, and we done dropped 30. We just up to scoring them, boy, man.
I told my boys, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
Money on my mind, head in the game. It's like I scored again, diamonds on them dance. I can hear the music playing with them bands. Crowd going wild, dived in the fans. I'm locking in on a mission, I tell her my vision. You young and she get like me. I got your shorty, she with me. I gave her a jersey, I told her to join my team. It's best you go where it's safe. You know how I play, I get to a sack like Frank. You can teach money to fly, I turn it at hop. I catch it and go to the bank. It's crazy, I'm used to the lights, I'm shining so bright. This visor cover my face. You see me working and working, I'm getting it done. And soon they be feeding me grapes.
I told my boys, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
They screaming my name when I walk in the building. Yellow diamonds on me like I play for the Steelers. I'm in the field, yup, just like a Steeler. Oh, this your girl, my band had the Steeler. I hop on the beat and I float like a real. I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking banks, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them wear down. I'm in LA, riding around and around. My dog just called, say he finna touch down. When I call a play, you won't hear a sound. Hold up, money calling right now. I gotta go and get it, and it don't matter how. All I know is that, yeah, I'm 10 toes down. I keep my head high and my eyes on the prize. Yeah, my feet on the ground. Let's go. Let's go.
I told my boys, it ain't no limits.
No.
Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. Turned up, turned down right now. Two dope make better get around right now. Hey, I'm two turned up, turned down right now. Two dope make better get around right now.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And here's Rashaan Evans, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals have recovered it.
put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one is...
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Credit for that sack goes to Cameron Thomas.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Holding, offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Now back to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit, coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on third down. Pressure comes and down he goes. Odafe Oweh coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth. Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Bengals take over first and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case,
Never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. Out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Well, the Bengals offense returns to the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's been a touchdown machine for this season. He's #1 in the league in rushing touchdowns. So that has to help the entire offense as a whole. Play action passes, other people have a chance to touch the football because if you're defense, you absolutely have to key on him.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The Bengals in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And if we look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Let's face it, anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits in this era of high-flying offenses, that's saying something.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trait in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. A nice little juke. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw here. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done. Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They'll set up a throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36. Looking to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They'll drop to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Second and 4. He'll find Sutton on the right side complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Back to throw now on first down. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and 2. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he's going to get this down near the 25. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Touchdown, Bengals! Jamar Chase from 4 yards out. And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 13-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
On second down, Boykin, and he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge. And that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Out of the gun now on third down.
Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 21 yards there on third down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Second and 1. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man open. It's Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's got some space here. There he goes right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
McPherson now for the extra point.
It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one so far. He's going to keep this again. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Boykin. They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 42 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short game.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And there you go, Charles. A guy you liked an awful lot coming out of college, I know, making the stop behind the line.
Yeah, I thought he had the best instincts of any linebacker I'd seen in about the last decade. Crashed together with some tremendous athletic ability. Not bad for the first month of his NFL career.
On play action, they'll throw. Got a man, it's Chase. He completes it. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. They'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Well, the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it.
Now the red flag out on the field. We have a challenge forthcoming. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now back to throw. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents on.
Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it.